Moksha. What do people understand by moksha? Moksha means to become free. Moksha ho gaya means I have become free. But there too, there is a limit. To what extent am I free? For example, if you take a prisoner, you must have seen some prisoners are carried on by hand, taken by hand by the police. They are taken by hand. There are other types of prisoners where they handcuff them in the front. There are other types of prisoners, they handcuff them in the back. The very hardened criminals, where they are tied on their legs as well as on their hands. Their legs are tied on chains so that they don't run away. And their hands are also tied up so that they don't do anything foolish and attack you. So this is a kind of bandhan, the trap. They tie you up. Now, in our day-to-day life, nobody is tying us up. No policeman is tying us up. Only our attachment, our misunderstandings, our guilt, all these things, they weigh upon us. And they work like a man who is thrown in the river or in the ocean with a 10-kilo weight on his feet. He cannot swim. So our situation is like that. The burden on our heart because of our preconditioning, indoctrinations. These are all burdens. They jail you in your own heart. They trap you in your own heart. They create hatred in our heart. When you have hatred in your heart, do you think you are hurting the other person? You're not hurting the other person with hatred in your heart or anger in your heart. So freeing yourself from all these negative emotions, hatred, anger, discontent, lust, all these trap us. Freeing ourselves from these traps is moksha, is mukti, is liberation, is salvation. Sahaj Marg's system of yoga goes much beyond moksha and mukti. But moksha, I will put a question across to you. What is the difference between moksha and mukti? In English, what is the difference between salvation and liberation? And can we go beyond liberation or mukti? Moksha is a lower state. Theoretically speaking, let us understand this. The difference between these three aspects of our spiritual journey. Moksha is a very limited state where you do some good work and nature rewards you for your good work and say, okay, you will be enjoying a bliss or some sort of a happy state after your death. But it is time-bound, based on your karma. When that reward is completed, you are sent back. So you take a rebirth again. That is a status of moksha. What happens to liberation? Liberation is you go beyond moksha. All these opposites that we have, desires versus contentment, restlessness versus peace, anger versus love, fear versus courage, illusion versus clarity. When we go beyond all these things. You are free. You have no complaints against anybody, including yourself. You become very generous in your heart. Everything in nature, everything that surrounds us, you become loving without any conditions. That is mukti. That is liberation. You have no crimes to cry about or complain about. And such a state is available to any Sahaj Marg practitioners who goes beyond this hard region. I would wish you all to read at least complete works of Ramchandra, Volume 1, and see the intricate journey that he has described so brilliantly from his own personal experiences. This book that is written by Babuji is not a theoretical book. He has poured out his heart that what is religion, what is spirituality, what is goal of life, how to achieve it, how I should mold my life to go beyond liberation. How do I cross various chakras, the yogic chakras that we hear in the books? Is there a state beyond Sahasradal Kamal? Can I go beyond liberation? And what is the state of our soul when you go beyond liberation? And he puts it so nicely in the words. At the same time, he makes it possible for us, as in when we meditate, we are able to witness the changes in us, and we ascertain that yes, what Babuji has written about Hridaya Chakra or Sahasradal Kamal or Seventh Chakra, Bhagya Chakra, they match. The description in the book matches your personal experiences. So what more do you want here? See, religion talks about many things, but there is no proof. Sahaj Marg talks about also many things, but everything with proof, everything that we can personally experience ourselves. So you need not even have a belief, you need not even have a trust that is this possible? But yes, it becomes possible when you close your eyes, meditate every single day, morning and evening, and see how your life changes in 1 decade, 2 decades, 3 decades. Your family life, right now, you are children to someone. You will have your own children and grandchildren. What sort of a treasure would you like to leave behind? A spiritual wealth for them. It depends on you. This is the right age to deepen your knowledge and explore this spirituality, which is such a vast field. See? There is no limit. There is no frustration at any moment. Oh, I achieved this. Now, next what? This frustration will never come in the field of spirituality, you see. So my dear friends, welcome you all to this very adventurous journey. And when you have entered your 15th year, you can ask, there are a lot of preceptors in Omega, trainers of Sahaj Marg. You can request them to help you begin your journey. And if you like to follow some other faith, it's okay. Ask your parents what is good for you. Once I had this very interesting experiment done. We had about 20 students in Drexel University in Philadelphia. Sri Ramchandra Mission had the opportunity of conducting Heartfulness sessions there in that college. I happened to go and conduct the first session. So what we did was, out of those 20 students who voluntarily came to perform meditation, I said, look, I am not going to here teach you something. I would like you to experience it yourself. You guys divide yourself in 4 groups, 5 each. And each group will meditate as per one method which is available in the books. If you don't know any method, you ask your parents or ask your neighbor. So one group will have one particular sort of meditation, another group will have another sort of meditation, third group will have a third style, fourth group will have a fourth style of meditation, all different types. And then after next week, they would exchange these methods. The first group now will take up the fourth style of meditation. So that's how they exchange. And then on the 5th week, I told them, look, try Sahaj Marg meditation, heartfulness way of meditation. So I gave the method to them. Okay. And then the 6th week, I said, okay, now you meditate as per the same Sahaj Marg method, but with yogic transmission that is given by all our preceptors, by our trainers. And you tell me the difference in all the 6 meditations. All of them, they felt that yes, Sahaj Marg meditation done with pranahuti or yogic transmission makes all the difference. Even if you meditate by reading the book of Babuji Maharaj, and he has written how to meditate. Even if you read that and know by heart how to meditate, you will still not experience it. Unless and until you sit with a trainer who can transmit to you and awaken that dormant energy in you and put you on a spiritual journey. So, dear friends, please try this out. There is not, again I say, it is not a belief system. This is perfectly scientific system. And you will be able to enjoy this. And not only that, you will make a difference in the world when your heart becomes more receptive, more discriminative, knowing what is right, what is wrong. Even before you have studied, you can feel that thing, see. Thank you.